Descarga nuestra aplicación Relambía FM. Síguenos en Instagram @Relambía FM. En Facebook, Relambía FM. En TuneIn, búscanos como Relambía FM.
Tocan pura música buena.
No te esfuerces tanto en copiar. A Relambía FM tú sabes que madre e hijas solo pueden parecerse, pero nunca serán iguales.
Todos los palomos que a mí me tiraron, manito, lo tengo vetado, ninguno sonando.
Relambía FM, la número 1.
I think that what we have to focus on is the fact that millions of African American people are repetitively and constantly and viciously profiled in this country, and we must not talk about the politics of respectability. We can outbehave anybody. Rosa Parks was behaved right. It was the law that was wrong. Martin Luther King Jr. dressed right, but the law was wrong. And in this case, we have to talk about the law, not the choices of clothing.
Rockefeller and the Rico put us on pen and needles. Liquor stores in my neighborhood, they claiming that we need those. You give guns to my neighbors and you tell me to be peaceful. Tell me why I pay more tax than this brother.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. All right. Are we on, DJ? All right. So thank you for joining me today on another episode of the Ken Premier Show. Thank you for coming. Again, this is Ken Premier. Welcome y'all to this afternoon. Today we have with us Miss the lovely, ladies first. We gotta do ladies first. I gotta redo my introduction. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, ladies first. How are you doing, my dear? Good. Introduce yourself. The world knows you already, but please introduce yourself. I have the pleasure of being with today.
Thank you so much, Ken. It's a pleasure all the time I'm here working with you. You already know, and the people that support this show too. I appreciate a lot of the supporting internet. You guys already know some, or you guys know me, Catherine Figuereo. I'm gonna be here with Ken and his guest, which he's gonna present.
Yes,
himself.
I'm gonna make him present himself. All right, I need a drum roll for this gentleman. But thank you, Catherine, for coming.
Yes.
This is Ken Premier, and now today, who do we have with us today?
Oh, by the way, man, Ken, you know me. I don't think I have to be the one to say. So actually, I'm Mario Chatau.
Yes. He put it so cool. He sound like James Bond, right? He like, I'm Mario Chatau. This is Mario Chatau. He is the producer and host of RTA Media. He has an amazing show on, what platform is your shows on?
Oh, actually, you can watch my show on Facebook. I do live on Facebook. We go live every night on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at the same time.
Okay. And what's your handle? What do they find you?
Oh, actually, we do talk about politics. Because, it's like we cater to the Asian community. Mm-hmm. And there are so many people who don't like to watch politics. And what we are trying to do is just to educate them.
On
to
politics.
let them about politics, because there are so many things about politics, and people, mostly, it's not only the Asian community. People, they don't like to watch politics.
Okay,
they don't want to watch the news.
And so needless to say, you have a difficult job, to get people interested in something that they're not interested in. But, right, let's get your handle, first of all. What's your handle? How do we get you? How do we reach you on social media? Let's start with that. How do we reach this show? Do you know the address to your shows? How do we find Mr. Mario Chatau?
To find Mr. Mario Chatau, you have to go on Radio Télé Actualité every night. We go live every night from 11 to 1 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes we stay after 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, okay. And what's really interesting about that is, like, we have over 1,000 people. Just imagine a late night show to have more than 1,000 people watching. Sometime we start at midnight.
And you know what? That's going to be a perfect segue for the question that I have for you next. Like, how do you pick your topic? How do you keep your audience engaged? Like, how do you, we know there's COVID, there's a lot of stressful things happening. How do you decide what topic to choose to discuss with the audience?
So, I'm just going to give you an example. Today, what the headline today?
I don't know.
The headline.
What's the headline today?
What the headline is COVID-19. And it's not really COVID-19. It's mostly about, like the stimulus. And people, they want to know, when I'm going to get my money.
So do you have the answer? Because I want to know too. When am I going to get? I think everybody in America, right? 85% of America.
So that's how I pick my.
Want to know.
Oh, yeah. So if now, today people want to know when I'm going to get my money, because even when more than like 100 million people already get their their stimulus check, but there are still many people who want to find out, when they are going to get their money. So that's how I do it. And also, we have the migrant crisis at the border. They are, hot topic.
That's a topic you could spend nights and nights on.
Like yesterday, we do have a special show because on Saturday we don't do, the last hour, because my show is called Last Hour. We don't do that on Saturday. And since I have two guests, and they are like two people who cross the border, two Asian people, they cross the border, and they are like successful in crossing the border. Wow. And I was like, okay, I need to do something.
So wait, by crossing the border, you mean they came here?
They came here
without the paperwork.
Without the paper,
Okay.
when you don't have the paper. Remember, Republican now, the GOP, they are against,
new people getting paper.
Yeah,
they don't want no more immigrants.
No, when I said new people, it's like mostly the people at the border. They don't want that. They are against, the Biden administration to allow immigrants to cross to come here. And, whenever you have a chance, and mostly there are more than 25,000 people who are living at the border
right now
in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
They are trying to get in the United States without paper. And whenever you have a chance to find a couple of guests like that, and there are thousands of people who are interested. Like yesterday, we did a special with them, and more than 1,000 people were watching. And today, we already have more than 35,000.
Because that's an experience, man. Like, you have to commend somebody's determination, because I could only imagine the type of things you got to go through to make that travel, to make that route, to make, I know things must be bad for you to decide to do it, but that's nearer there. The fact that you made that travel by foot, by whichever way,
it costs money.
It's not a joke.
It's not. I think those people, when you listen to their stories, it's
heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there in the border, and I see everything, how it works over there. I saw personal, the police, how they check in the border, and the people die like nothing. It's really, really sad. So whoever make it over here is definitely to me a hero.
Yes, yes. And honestly, I feel like they make America better, even though not everybody agree with this, because when somebody does do all of that to reach a place, a destination, they're not coming here to play Xbox. Let's keep it real, right? They're not coming here to hang out. They're not coming here for down the block. These people coming here with a mission, and this is the land of the free, and this is what it is. But now I gotta ask you, right? You see, like, as you mentioned, all the topics that you mentioned, right, is very difficult topics. Like, can you recall a topic that was too heavy for you, or one of the heaviest, like, or you handle it like a doctor? You just walk in a room like, ma'am, your husband is dying. Goodbye. Is that?
Yeah. That's the way I do it.
Is that how? That's tough, man. Yeah. How long have you been in this?
Oh, I've been doing this, for a very long time now. So there's something I want to tell people, and mostly, people who are just started doing this, because most of the time what happens is like you want to reach your goal overnight. And I'm just going to tell,
I love this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate people paying attention to what he's going to say, because I know what he's going to talk about now. I already know. I'm going through it.
Jewels.
Yes.
He's dropping jewels.
Listen, I do remember the first time when I just started doing a live show. At some point, there was one time, I'm just going to talk about that one time. I was doing a show live on Facebook. I had only 12 people watching. And I was so happy because I had 12 people watching. And at some point, like 9 of them, they left, because there was another guy who had a show
at the same time.
Almost at the same time, because his show came after my show.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I was watching. 9 people left. And only 3 people were watching my show. And I was like, okay. And like 2 minutes later, there was nobody watching. And they were like, oh, man, sorry.
They let you know goodbye.
Say, hey, goodbye. And I was like, oh, my goodness, I'm not going to do this anymore. I cannot spend my time. And, sometimes you feel that you prep your show.
You do so much work.
You do so much work. A lot of work, and nobody want to watch. And you be like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I wanted to quit. And, a couple of friends, and they were like, no, don't quit, man. My partner, she was like, no, don't quit. You invest too much to quit now. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing it. And now to see, where I came from and to reach my goal and to see that every night, even when I start at midnight, sometimes, even when I don't feel like doing it, I have so much
People waiting.
people calling and be like, where you at, man? Where are you at?
It's
And you be
beautiful.
like, no, I have to do it.
And there's two messages in this. One is we appreciate you, the fans. You appreciate the fans because they give you the motivation. They put the wind beneath your wings, like to get you going.
Yeah,
right?
but building the platform, your platform is not easy. I don't want people to get discouraged
Yes.
because I see that.
Yes.
I have so many friends. They started, way before me and they stopped doing it. And some of them, they have, like a studio like this.
Yeah.
And they never
still
come
stop
back.
going.
And they be like, why did you have to waste your time?
So-
you invested so much money and you just want to quit.
I have a
Because-
question for you. Do you think social media is important for a show?
Definitely.
You think a person can do a show without being in social media?
No, social media definitely.
It's impossible,
No,
right?
No, it's impossible.
Okay.
You need
No,
social
you
media.
need social
Yeah.
media because social media, what social media does, and at the same time, social media can be very, how could I say that?
Cruel?
No, I don't want to say.
You could say, I'll
No,
say.
I don't want to
cool.
say the word cool. People on social media sometimes they are. You want to say cool?
I'll
okay.
say it.
Okay. Let me
Yes.
put it this way.
Let me be the bad guy.
Okay, let me put it this way. They can be cool because sometimes, they leave so many bad comments and they're like, no, wow, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to. But, you don't have to pay attention. At first, after a show, I never used to
Read the
the comment. No, don't do that when you just started.
it's gonna
because
be tough.
it's going to destroy you.
I black them. And I rate them.
No,
That's what
no,
I
do
do.
not black
Nah.
them. When you just started, you see what I'm saying? Don't pay attention because they're not going to say anything good about you.
That's good to
And
know.
sometimes they want to compare you to some other people. They be like, oh, look at this dude.
You're not doing it as good
Yeah,
as him.
look at that lady. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. And
Nah.
you might, because they want you to say something bad.
So-
that's their goal.
My question to you is, what do you say to people that's at that point, right, where they build their platform and they do all this work and they reach this point and they want to give up? What is your message? If you could put that in a message for them, like
Okay.
if they, when they reach that point when there's zero people watching them and they're entertaining just internet.
Okay, when you have zero people watching, my advice to you is just to keep doing it. Don't
Believe in
stop.
yourself.
No, believe in yourself. And
Alright.
sometimes you need someone, I'm just going to tell you. Because I had a friend, and he called me one time and said, do you know why people don't watch the show? I was like, why? He said, when they're watching you, you boring. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I was like, thank you.
All right,
And
man.
just imagine you have zero people watching.
And then somebody
a
call you to tell you that
a
you're
close
boring.
friend call you to be like, you're boring. And you be like, oh my God.
Thank you.
But I said, thank you because I think, that motivated me to keep doing it. And now, and the same guy, the same friend who told me that, and he'd be like, oh my goodness.
You're doing so good.
Yeah, you're doing so good.
It's a-
You're the only.
They say when you fell by yourself, but success got many owners.
Oh,
But
definitely.
DJ,
Definitely.
Can I get a musical break for a second? We're gonna come right back with Mario Chatau,
Okay.
Captain Figueroa. Thank you for coming, DJ. Give me something.
Yeah,
man.
that was deep. That was
that was. You gotta let them think about that one because it's a lot.
No te esfuerces tanto en copiar. A Relambía FM tú sabes que madre e hijas solo pueden parecerse, pero nunca serán iguales.
Todos los palomos que a mí me tiraron, manito, lo tengo vetado, ninguno sonando.
Relambía FM, la número 1.
On. Hey, good afternoon. Today, another beautiful show. We dissect so many interesting topics, but today we have with us Mr. Mario Chatau, and we have the lovely Catherine Figueroa, And we have DJ Geovanny, right? Like, just to wrap it up, just to have everybody speak real quick. I would like everybody in the studio to give me, if you could describe COVID in one word, what would that one word be? And I'm talking about COVID-19, 2020 people. Let's be specific, right? The one that we're still going through. DJ, can we get your answer first? Well, how would you describe COVID in one word if you could have?
So bad.
So, that's 2 words. Back. All right, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me see. My mic is not working.
Oh, your mic is not. You know what? We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. We're gonna come back to DJ. Lovely Catherine. And I keep making this mistake. You know, I'm messing up, man. I'm messing up. I thought I was a gentleman.
It's okay.
No. You're not gonna be used to it in my presence in this studio. On the Camp Premiere show, we put ladies first. So, lovely Catherine, if you could put COVID in one word, what would it be?
The worst.
The worst. I see. I like the 2 words, but worst. Yes. Why is it the worst?
The worst because this affect everything: the economy, the health. I mean, after this thing came, we never have peace. You know, it's like no break. You know, when it's not one thing, it's another one, and it's bringing more and more. And I don't really know when it's gonna stop, but I hope it stops.
I hope real soon. What about you, Mr. Mario?
Unemployment.
Unemployment. One word. You're like,
But I
you
say
know,
money,
you know
money.
you're gonna have to unpack that a little bit. You see, he had to be the news guy to put it in that word. Yes, go ahead. Tell me how you explain that to me, please.
Unemployment because, you know, thousands of people have lost their job because of COVID. And there's no way they're going to get their job back. And it's like every week, thousands of people have filed for unemployment. And let's say, for example, all the companies, the major companies, they went bankrupt. Do you expect them, to come back tomorrow? No. It's going to take time before, everything.
He just made it really somber, man. But that is the reality. Unemployment. I appreciate that way to put in it. DJ, you want to try this again for me one more time, DJ Geovanny?
Let's see. Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, I had the COVID December.
Oh, wow.
For me, it's not the same. Like every time I walk like a little bit, I feel like, like I can't breathe.
Oh, man.
So I'm getting better little by little, but it's not the same. Like it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same. But we get into it like little by little. But trust me, this is the worst. Like Catherine said,
That's what
to this.
This is the new norm.
Yes.
This is it. Like you got to get used to masks. We got to get used to.
That's the word. Yeah.
That's it. That's the new norm.
Yeah.
And that's just the unfortunate. And thank you for sharing that, man.
Yes.
And I hope things only get better, man.
Yep.
Like,
Thank you.
Get back to 100, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something. To me, I think too. I try to think positive and negative. Every negative thing, if you look, have something positive, because it's a lot of people that did their own business because this. I mean, I'm one of them. I did K Nation.
Yes.
When this situation happened, that's when I decided to do it because I had the time.
And of course, I'm gonna give you a plug-in situation right here. Tell them what K Nation is, like they don't already know. Tell them about K Nation.
K Nation is my hair product line. You guys can check it out. K Nation Corp and Instagram, Facebook. It's a hair condition and shampoo and a dropper for the people that got problem with the hair falling. And they want to have healthy long hair.
If I want to make my beard a little thicker,
yes, you can use
K
K-Nation
for me.
Yes,
yes. We're gonna have to talk.
I mean, you have it already. You just gotta put in your beard.
You know what? I got
the dropper. You gotta put the dropper.
I got you. All right.
Yes.
So, like you said, that's true. There is a lot of positive.
A lot of people got independent.
We can't say that it's only like it is a horrible time. It is a horrible time, but we always got to look at the positive. We got to take the goods with the bads.
Exactly.
And that's an interesting way to look at it. A lot of people became entrepreneurs. That 1,400 is not much. If you ask me personally, it's nothing. But for some people, it did something. So, I
know a lot. A lot of people did new business with this thing because they got kicked out. They didn't have money.
So,
they had to make a way to survive. And sometimes that's how your mind works. When you have pressure, you go and you do whatever you can do. And that make a lot of people independent. I know at least 5 people that did their own business.
And shout out to them. If you well, I wish you better if you are going through bad situation because of COVID, and congratulations if you did good because of COVID, because at the end of the day, this is life, right? Some people profit from people dying. unfortunately. So that is the way it is. But we're not gonna leave you. We're not gonna stay here talking about. We're not gonna stay here talking about this situation right now. We're gonna talk about Mr. Mario Chatau. So don't hide from us right now. So, Mr. Chatau, there is a specific skill that I hear that you have that I envy you a little bit for.
What is it?
I hear you speak multiple languages. What are these languages that you speak?
I don't really speak multiple languages.
Oh, come
but
on.
you know, the only thing I'm gonna say, because I know you have like Hispanic listening to.
Yes, we have a Latina
Latina.
yes. audience.
I'm just gonna say a couple of words to them. Buenas tardes a todos.
Ajá.
Buenas tardes.
That's what I
Buenas
wanna
tardes.
hear.
That's it. Buenas tardes.
Saludo a todos los amigos oyentes que están sintonizando con Gran Vía FM. Buenas tardes a todos los dominicanos y también la gente de Puerto Rico que todos los días están sintonizando también con esa emisora. Es la estación del momento, Gran Vía FM.
Wow.
Nah, I'm not gonna let him
That was a
show
nice
off.
commercial.
Nah, we gotta cut off his mic. We gotta cut off. Nah, I didn't like that. He gotta cut off his
I'm gonna use this video. I'm gonna use it. Can I use it? I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna use it.
This man right here that was impressive, man. So how did you how did you learn? Do you speak Spanish, or these are the few words that
No, I do speak Spanish.
You do speak Spanish. How did you learn Spanish, or did you go to school? Did you
No,
go?
actually, I didn't go to school. It's been a long time, years ago, like more than 20 years. I taught myself how to speak Spanish.
You know what's funny? Another guest I had, Mr. Guy, he taught himself how to play the guitar and Spanish also. And I'm saying here like, man, I barely taught myself how to ride a bicycle. Like I'm over here like messing up in life, man. Like this is impressive. Like because people go to school and they force it up on them and they still graduate and not have that knowledge. For you individuals to sit there and just say, listen, I need this in my life and I'm gonna do it, is pretty impressive. And I like that determination.
Actually, there's something I want to say. There's a girl.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
You got a little help.
That's the best motivation in life. All
You
right.
got your motivation.
Yeah, definitely you need, some type of motivation. Because there was a girl, she lived, when I was growing up, she was a neighbor, but, she was a Latina. She was from Dominican Republic. And I like her. You see what I'm saying? Every time I wanted to talk to her, and I was like, yeah, oh my goodness. When you like somebody, you
Try to impress.
No, it's not like I
Yes.
really wanted to.
You want her to
impress,
see you. You want
but
her to see you.
at the same time, there was a few words I wanted to say. Like every time I was like, damn, how to say this. I was thinking about it. And the first time, there's always something. It's something, when you trying to learn a new language, it's like, if you want to kiss, if you want to tell her that you like her, if you want to tell her.
Nobody can translate that. Nobody can translate that.
You
You have to learn it. You gotta
You have to learn it.
make the word come out of your mouth.
So I'm curious. I'm a little romantic. So what was the first words you give to this lady?
Oh man, we're gonna make my man sweat.
What's
You have to. You have
was
to.
it like that?
The Camp Premier Show, man. We bring it all out. All right, we have all the topics.
I know.
So,
I know.
yes.
It's deep, but you have to say.
You
it.
have to
I
tell
wanna
us.
know.
Man. You have to tell us. What
But
was
you know
it?
what? But you know what? And it takes, to be honest, it didn't take like very long to learn, to learn how to speak Spanish, because not only I wanted to impress, I don't want to say, those words, because as a woman,
you try to sweep her off her feet.
like when you want to sweet, to
sweet
talking
talking.
somebody,
I say it.
I say it
I
for
know.
you. You
I'll
don't
say it
know.
for your
Okay.
accent.
No.
Because
Listen.
I want to know, so I know when that happens to me.
And notice, Catherine, he have not answered the question.
listen,
He think I'm gonna forget him.
Yeah, he going
have
around.
He's going around. He's
I'll follow him.
What was the word?
Catherine, listen.
He don't want to say it.
Listen,
You don't wanna say
you
it.
know exactly
Why-
what word.
Why
When a man
I know,
likes
Catherine,
you,
no.
when a man likes you, and he wants to sweet talking to you,
I don't know.
no, he's not gonna come to you because listen, there's a big
Because
difference
different
now.
men.
No,
Exactly,
there's a
different
big
men
difference
style.
now because now it's not like before. Because before, you have to find a way, because some women, you cannot come to them and be like, oh, I just want to kiss you. You cannot say that.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's true. It's another time.
Yeah, it's another time. But
Yeah.
now it's some women, they
You
are-
don't talk now.
No, you don't talk.
You blink, blink. You pull up.
If they push you back, then you understand. If they pull you, then you
You
understand.
double tap on the IG and hit the personal message.
You don't have to hit the break now.
It's not time to talk this time.
And, all right, so now I gotta ask, right? So when this beautiful romantic story of yours, when it happened, were you out here? Where were you? Were you in Haiti when this?
I was in
happened?
Haiti.
Okay,
I was in
and
Haiti.
this young lady was in Haiti.
Yeah, she was in Haiti. She was a neighbor.
So she lived there or she was visiting?
No.
I'm sorry to get so deep.
No,
into
no,
it.
no, no,
I'm
no.
over here like, what's her number, right? Who is this young lady?
No,
Now he's
listen.
gonna say it.
She had, she was living there with an uncle. So, and, she was kind of sexy. I don't want to use that word now. You see what I'm saying? And you.
Go ahead.
No.
It's okay. I keep learning.
No.
Right, you know what? I'm gonna set you up. I got you right here. I got the question. He can't tiptoe around everything. Did you get to speak to her the way you wanted to? We're gonna keep it PG-13. No, that's PG-13. Did you get to speak to her the way you wanted to? Bottom line. Yes, you learned Spanish. Yes, she was the neighbor. But did you ever get a chance to speak to her the way you needed to?
No, definitely.
All right. You see the way he popped his chest? That's the
definitely.
answer to all the
I was
audience
sure
members.
that was the answer. You know why? Because he worked everything out. I mean, he learned this language. He was not gonna fail. I mean, whoever thought he was gonna fail, that's not
true.
gonna happen.
That's true.
He took his time.
That's
he started
true.
the lady.
If somebody learned a whole new language for you, that's pretty impressive.
That's it.
But you know what?
I'll marry him after.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, like you went through all that. I mean,
That's
you learned a
impressive.
language for me. Nah, that's
impressive.
love.
You know, girls don't even want to learn my name. So like, it's like they're like, I don't care what. But okay, so it's a perfect segue because as some of our audience members know, right? So Hispaniola is the island, Haiti and Dominican Republic, right? And it's two separate land. And you it's two separate cultures, and that's why I had to ask you where was she and when did you learn Spanish? Because in Haiti we speak French Creole, right?
Yeah, we speak French and Creole.
French and Creole, and then DR they speak Spanish and everything. Being a newscaster person, how do you see, like, and again, this is not from being a Haitian, I'm talking about from being a news person, a host, right? How do you see the politics between the two? How do you see it? If the question is too tough, I'll dumb it down. I'll water it down a little bit.
The question is not too tough, so whenever we want to talk about Haiti and Dominican Republic, you have to go deep. And I don't think we're going to have time, to go deeper into that because, there are some, you as Dominican, very well. There's racism in Dominican Republic. You know that. I don't have to.
And Catherine, you are of, I'm sorry, I have to confirm, right? You are of Dominican descent. Correct?
But I have Haitian family too.
You have Haitian
Yeah.
family. So I will love.
I have an
I'm loving your perspective. Perfect.
Yeah.
So how do you see I could ask you also, how do you see like the political climate between, or do you know where it started? Like how did this begin? Like why is there a little bit of friction between the two of us? Right, and you had both parents.
Yeah,
You
well,
had both family members.
I don't think that should happen. I mean, from the beginning, even though I don't have, nothing to do with Haiti or whatever. If I have, but if so, like to me, because I have family from Spain too, like from my grandfather. So I think everything should be the same. I think we should find a way they fix everything peaceful. That's what I think, and bring solutions out. That's why I create this that I'm doing with Haitians, so people understand that we can be together.
And we sharing one land, man. It's a crazy thing.
I'm gonna say something. Remember back in 2013, the Constitution, like more than 200,000 people from of Haitian descent, they are stripped of their citizenship in Dominican Republic. I'm pretty sure you're aware of that. Why?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not too much. I
Not
don't
too
like.
much.
I don't say I don't like politicians. I just step out of it, you know, because I don't know.
Okay.
No, but
since
I've
you
heard of that. I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
it's like 2013, more than 200,000 Asian people who are living in Dominican Republic, who are born in Dominican Republic. The reason that happened is because of racism.
Oh, I understand what you say. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because of
I don't
racism.
agree with that.
The court passed, that decision affected all the Asian born, it's like back in decades. People, I'm just going to give you an example for people, for your listeners to understand. You see, now in the United States, we're talking about, the
The
dreamers.
dreamers. That's exactly.
Okay, we're
what
talking
it is.
about the dreamers. So the dreamers, they came here. They didn't ask, for their parents to bring them here. It's the same. We gotta talk about, those people who came to who went to DR, to the Dominican Republic. They are living back in 1929. Those people, they came, undocumented. So what the government of Dominican Republic did, they passed a law in 2013. They said all those people,
Not illegal because you never had your papers.
they had, those people who came back in 1929, most of them, they died. They have
Their kids.
their kids, their grandkids.
So what was
that
the argument? What was the reason for that? Like, what was the paper word? Like, what did they say? Oh, well, we're doing this because we need to do
No,
what?
the reason they are doing it because they never like Asian people.
And do you know where that started? Why
That
that
started.
animosity?
Listen, that started way before. Because if we talk about Trujillo, you remember Trujillo?
But I gotta stop you there because it's Haitian that don't like Dominicans too. I've been part of that. I've been part of that.
No. Very
So
true.
it's both.
Very true.
Okay, no. You said there's Asian who don't like.
Dominicans. I've been part of that discrimination. I have problems with the discrimination.
No, there's a big difference. Okay. I think, we have to do a show to talk especially
Deeply about
that.
this?
Yeah. Okay, because we have to go back, back in history to understand, what's going on between Haiti and Dominican Republic.
But what
where
I
it
don't
started.
think, what I don't think is the people that is in this now and this time is gotta pay for that. That's what I don't see fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
they keep bringing that back. I don't know what happened. It's not my fault. So I have Haitian people telling me in my face that they hate me. You understand?
well,
In my face.
we gotta
People
talk
who are
about
living-
that.
I gotta
Wait,
hate
hold up.
Dominicans.
People who are living here.
Hold up. We
Yeah,
gotta talk
living
about
here.
that.
People
We
are
gotta talk
living
about
here.
that, right? So now that is wrong, right?
No.
Because
I have people telling me in my face.
like I understand what's happening with the political climate, and I understand what's happening in the country, in the two countries that's happening it, right? But at the end of the day, just like I cannot be angry at all white people for racism, you cannot be mad at all Dominicans for what's happening in DR. You understand that these are two countries, they have politics, they have politicians.
It's another thing. It's like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans.
Yes.
Like Puerto
I
Rican
heard about
with
that.
us. Like it's always. I mean, I don't have no hate with nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, I trade the same.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
I give love to who give me love.
Exactly.
For me, everybody's the same. Like you treat me good, I treat you good. That's it. But we have to stop this.
There is that tension.
Like the people. It's like how the people raise you. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my comment.
It's how they
It's
bring you up.
how the people raise you. That's what I said.
Yeah, to go back to your question, because you said they are, you meet Asian people who said they don't like you. Even when I disagree.
I'm sorry. I got a lot of friends, Haitian friends, a lot, because the radio station. They got a radio station around here, and I got a lot of friends, and I work with them. And I never had problem with them.
And I know a lot.
I'm Dominican.
You know what I'm saying? And I know my culture and love Dominicans.
I go to
Listen.
their house.
Yeah.
I visit them, and I never got problem with them.
No,
I mean,
here we don't have that. We don't have this.
And that is the
here.
new problem. That is
No,
the
no,
new
we
Oh,
don't
yes,
have.
yes, it's over
we
there.
don't. No,
That's
no,
true.
we don't have this.
No, ain't
problem
that
here.
big by
That's
you.
true.
No,
That's
no,
true.
here.
No, that's
We
very
don't
true.
have this problem.
That's true.
here.
That's true.
It's only in Dominican Republic.
That's true.
That's where
The tension is.
The tension is because the reason the tension is they are like, oh, those Haitian people, they come to take over
our jobs.
To take our job the same way you see.
I'm sorry. Dominican people, they don't want to work.
wait.
No.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
he's Dominican.
I have
No.
I'm not
We
gonna
know
say
that.
that.
Listen.
I'm Dominican.
It's the same.
I agree with that.
It's the same about people here. Some
What the
people
Mexicans-
here,
It's like-
some white people here,
They don't want to work either.
don't
they don't want to work. There's a lot of jobs
They give the
they will
jobs.
never
Yes.
take.
They want to take the
We-
easy jobs.
Okay,
They
yeah.
want to do the hard job, the
Okay.
hard work.
So-
they don't want to do it. So
Okay, so people who come here, we work hard, and we build something.
They're
They
mad
are
at you.
hungry.
Yeah, they're mad
They are
at you.
hungry. They said, "Oh, they are mad. They're upset because they said, oh,
who's doing the hard work in Dominican Republic?
The
Haitian-
Haitians.
Who's doing the construction?
The
Haitian
Haitians.
people.
Haitian people.
The
Who's
Haitian
doing how you say that?
Cleaning houses and all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, we know.
Haitian people.
Asian people. But remember,
And they do the job for less money.
yeah,
You
that's,
understand?
And work harder.
that's the reason.
Come on, man.
Listen, you would never believe the wealthy Dominican, they
Love.
love, they accepted when the government passed, that decision back in 2013 because it allowed them to use cheap labor. You see what I'm saying? Because, if you are wealthy, you
want the
you
cheapest
hire
labor
people.
possible.
You want the cheapest labor possible.
I know a lot of Dominicans, they're gonna comment bad. They're gonna comment bad about this comment about me. But I don't care. I'm
But-
just saying the
No,
truth.
I know.
But
I
you
really
can say that. Like, if
I don't
you
care.
criticize
I
your
know,
own
I
They
know.
can
people.
say whatever they want
Yeah.
to
No,
say.
I know.
don't
Here,
care.
here they're not gonna say anything. It's
the ones in DR.
Yeah. It's always in DR
Yeah.
because
But-
that.
But I have a question.
ahead.
You said that he just NDR, right? So what happened when the Cardi B made the comment with the Haitians here? Everything what happened here and there.
So when she made that comment, there was a lot of
I didn't
people.
even know about that
yeah,
comment.
I do remember.
What
the
is
comment.
that comment?
The comment
That we should
Cardi
be
made.
together.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
She said
That
she
we should
wished-
stop this.
Yeah, but there's no way to stop this because when the government is involved. Remember, like I said before, when you have more than 200,000 people who are born, it's like just imagine you're living in the United States, and do you have kids? Do you have children? Okay, your kids, they are born here.
Yeah, they're
are-
American.
Okay, they are American. And the government of the United States, one day, decided to strip them of their citizenship.
I don't agree with that.
That would be a huge problem. Do you understand? To be like, oh no, your mother, when your mother came here, your mother was illegal.
I don't agree with that.
Nobody would agree with that. That's the same thing that you see what I'm
But
saying?
Yes.
you know what
That's
it
the
is?
same thing that happened to the
They're
Dominican
gonna have to
Republic.
change that because
And they have to change it.
they have to change
They
it.
have to change it, but the Dominican, the most Dominican who are living over there, they agree with that. You see what I'm saying? They love it. And it's the same about now. We have the new government, your new president in Dominican, in DR.
Which is the same thing.
Yeah, he said,
All
he's
of-
going to build
all
the
of
wall.
them are the
Listen,
same.
he said he's going to build the wall. Do you know why he said he's going to build the wall?
Because of Trump.
They say that?
Yeah, the new
didn't know
president.
that
No. Listen, remember, I do
what?
politics. I do politics.
money.
The new president, like he wants to build the wall between Haiti and. It's the same about
another Donald Trump
So-
It's
over
the
there.
same
So
about
hold up.
Donald Trump.
Hold up,
You remember
listen.
when Donald Trump
Say
wanted
he
to
wanted
build
to
the
build a
wall?
wall against Mexico.
This
Hey,
is crazy.
Listen,
You have
this,
to stop.
this is what I'm hearing, right?
I
This is
never
what
heard
I'm
about
hearing. This is what I'm hearing.
I'm telling you.
It sounds like
I know
this
you.
is this thing they call nationalism. Nationalism means love for one's country, right? Everybody love home. No matter where home is, no matter if
that's true.
if it's adoptive home, if it's the home that you got citizenship from, if it's the home that you was born in, everybody love home. Nationalism is the reason why all these things are happening. Believe it or not, Trump love America, right? And this is why he is anti anything that is not America, right? That's nationalism. So the same thing that is happening in DR, the Dominican government love DR. So of course, if I love my country, it's for my people.
No.
These people are my problem, and that's what nationalism is. And it is a dangerous thing, right? But we have to call it for what it is. That is nationalism, and believe it or not, Haitians have nationalism too. We love our country, and I'm pretty sure if there was a threat to the country, as you could all see, even historically, before the country was a country, we got rid of it. So that's the way I'm gonna look at this whole situation. And Yes, it's not fair to people because I believe the land is the land of the people. This is, we're just separated by water. These borders that we create that we call nations and republics, these are lines that we put in our mind. These are imaginary lines. Let's keep it real, right? The reality is this is one land that is separated by water.
Listen, you just said something. You just call it nationalism. I don't think it's nationalism. So what happened is like, it's the same about, white people here. They use nationalism. So whenever they entice something, it's not because, they love the country more than
the people.
Okay, because we're not going to say, those people who, on January 6th, remember what happened on January 6th? Yeah. We're not going to say, oh, those people, they are,
yes.
like they love the United States.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
They love.
Listen, their love is misdirected. That's why it's dangerous. Because look, guess who else was a very big nationalist? Hitler. He's a big nationalist.
Listen,
you gotta think about it. That's the love.
I know.
It's a dangerous thing.
No, I know what you're saying.
But it's the reality.
No, I know what you're saying. I get your point. But it's something that you use when you racist. You see what I'm saying? When you racist, you use that nationalism whenever you're entitled.
To cover.
You see what I'm saying? Hitler, that's what Hitler was trying to do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Love of
Donald Trump. We were against Donald Trump politics because he used nationalism to stop not all kind of immigrant. He never had any problem with white people. You see what I'm saying? If you white, you wanted to come, he was fine with it. But if you are black, if you are brown, that was a problem.
Oh man. Listen, we're gonna take another song. We're gonna take another song.
It's the same about Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
When they took the decision back in 2013, that decision affected only black people, only Haitian descent, not Chinese people who were born in DR.
It was specific. It was targeted. But DJ, give me a lighter mood, man. This is getting deep right now. We're coming right back, though. We're coming right back. This is the Ken Premier Show. We got Mario Chatau with us and Captain Figueroa, right? Let's go. Oh, man. I hope y'all was paying attention to this whole show today, man. It got really deep. As I was saying off the air, we came from a love story. This was really like Romeo and Juliet, and it got tragic. It got real at the end. But these are real conversations that need to be held, and these are conversations that you got to expect from the Ken Premier Show. Again, we're gonna introduce everybody here, right? For those of y'all that didn't know, Mr. Chatau is here, Mr. Mario Chatau. Salute, and we have the lovely Captain Figueroa. And again, I'm not gonna talk about it, but yes, we have the lovely Captain Figueroa. And we have behind the board DJ
Geovanny.
All right.
DJ Geovanny.
Yes. So
buenas tardes.
We just talking to Mr. Chatau, and he spoke to us about his show, and we spoke about his background, and he told us about a little love story. And from that love story, it just got deep. It just got interesting. But we don't have that much time to dissect all of it. But we're gonna wrap it up. How would to wrap up what we've been discussing? Because the topic was really politics and relationship between nations. We spoke about DR and Haiti. We spoke about Mexico and America, or Mexico against Trump. And we spoke about all the other ways that people see their nation and use the places they are from to exclude others, to basically to be racist. So if you could wrap that up for us, I know it's very deep to unpack, to put in a few words, but if you could put in a small chapter for us, how would you wrap that up, the whole story that's happening with all these nations?
So I think definitely we have to find a way to stop that, but it's not we cannot. Because, when you see what happened recently in Atlanta, the guy who shot 8 people.
Yeah.
So there's no way. But the only thing we can do, we can just, keep talking about it. And it's going to take time. Don't expect, people to love each other. But, we can always bring love. Whenever we come, You come on here, try to bring.
We can make examples.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
And I think that's
the
perfect
only-
example
that's-
right here because we got the perfect example right
Exactly.
here. This is
We need more groups like this.
Dominicano that
That's it.
we out here, and then
Yes.
we're showing that this can happen. This should happen.
Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna find, people, like other group, to interact. This is not the point. The point is mostly how you are raised. Let's say, for example, if you are raised in a family where they've been talking bad about, some group of people, and it's get deeper in you. It's not something that you can just slide overnight. You get rid of it.
It's taught. It's something that's embedded
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah,
and
because,
it's part of the school system.
Yeah.
It's part of the.
Okay, I'm gonna give you, an example. I do remember one time I went to the meet, when I said one time, it's been a long time, when I went to DR. And most people, they think when they talk about Haitian people, whenever they see you, you dress nice, you're not Haitian. They always think, Haitian people, they are the bad ones. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are the bomb, So you dress nice. No, you're not Haitian. You can be Haitian. You are American.
You're a different type of Haitian.
Those are people that really don't know Haitian.
Do
Because I know Haitian.
Yeah, do
they
you get
really-
the point? Yeah, do you get
Just
the
to the
point?
point, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you get the point?
Yeah.
It's the same about, like racism, everything is gonna take time. But we have made so much progress. And the George Floyd, and I think, that was one of the biggest things that never happened to America. Because he highlights racism, he allows, more people to talk about it, because there are some people that doesn't mean, they are going to stop to being racist.
Nah, it was impressive. The Black Lives Matter movement, it went over. It was not just in America. It was global.
Global.
It went global. That was an impressive
And
thing.
listen, you remember the interview, Megan interview?
Yeah.
So when she talk about racism, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, she
At the-
experienced racism. That is true.
In the England Palace.
That is
no.
true. No. That is true. You see what I'm saying? That is true.
Of course it is.
It's not something that you can get rid of it overnight. But the only thing, just keep talking about it.
I'm a very hopeful guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be delusional, but I am very hopeful, and I do believe that we one of these days it will happen. But like you said, we have to keep having these conversations.
Yes.
These are tough conversations. These are uncomfortable conversations. But like anything else, right? Even stress. If you don't deal with stress properly, what happens is you get a heart attack, you get a stroke,
Yes.
right? So if you don't deal with it properly, it will come out the wrong ways. A lot of people are going through. They might understand racism as like, oh, I hate this specific thing, and they don't even understand like it could be like the fact that when you sit next to that person, you grab your purse, and you're not even thinking why you're doing that. You're like, oh no, I'm just scared. And like you may not even think that, or when you see this individual, you cross the street. You understand? Now you like, oh, I'm not racist. I don't have nothing against this type of people, but it's embedded in you, just like you were saying. Like it's that education, that formality that you were given since
I
you
like
were
that
young.
so much. I like that so much. The reason I like the way you put it. Have you ever experienced for example, you go to a store and there are some white people at the store, and you, because you're black, and you see, like they are.
Or Spanish too. We suffer that too.
You see what I'm saying? They are looking at you like that. Like, what are you doing here? Just keep an eye on this guy. Keep an eye on this.
Yes.
Something may happen.
And the one they're stealing is the white one.
The white one. I saw that
And so that happened.
all the time. They don't pay attention to the white one, because those white people, they are fine. They are not gonna steal anything. Just keep an eye on those. Because you're black.
Some
And
Because
in
you're brown.
Spanish.
Because you're black and you're brown.
Actually, some
You see
happened
what I'm
the other
saying?
day.
They're assuming because you're black or you're Spanish,
You cannot. You should.
You
not.
cannot pay for your stuff.
you
should
cannot pay for your stuff. And it's not true.
And,
No.
It's called racism.
and sometimes you just don't understand it. Sometimes, and it's out of fear. All right. One thing we do whenever we are afraid, we give solution. We give monsters and stuff like that to things that we don't have the answers to. Back in the days when they didn't have answers, we turn them into gods. And now when we don't have the answers, we built a fear into it. We don't know about the individual, so we just say that individual is bad. That person is dangerous. If they come across the border, then they're gonna take our jobs. But in reality, that is not a fact, right? America would not be overpopulated if we open the borders. Do not let people fool you, right? 40% of the world's wealth is right here in America. So there's more than enough money for 40% of the world's wealth. So if you think about it like that, stop being afraid and stop letting people use your fear to drive you to do things that are racist or nationalist, right? To cover it up, or just hating each other. And because it's not bringing us nowhere, man. We could do a lot better without it, right? So let's wrap it up on a lighter mood, right?
Okay.
Right. So thank you, Mr. Chatau.
You're welcome.
For coming here, for blessing us.
You're welcome. Do not forget, usted está sintonizando con
Hey.
Colombia FM.
Hey.
Please record that.
You gotta wrap it up in that. You gotta wrap it up in Spanish.
Yeah, well, you
wrap it up in Spanish. Stop playing around, man.
Please.
Listen, man. You gotta show it off. Right? So, where do we find you? What is your social media? Give it to me in Spanish because we have a large Spanish community. I want all of that. Listen. Radio Télé Actualité. I just said it in Creole, French, right? /French. Radio, how do you?
Télé Actualité.
And then it's on Facebook.
On Facebook.
What else?
Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
Just look for Mr. Mario Chatau.
No, they are not gonna find my name. They have to look for the radio station because my show is every night, last hour.
11 p.m.
11 p.m. To 1 o'clock in the morning.
Depending on the conversation.
Yeah, depend. And sometimes we stay up till to 2 a.m. in the morning.
And that's some faithful fans because, I'm an old man. Like 11 o'clock, I'm getting tired now.
I'm going to share this because I want people to have more information like that. So I'm going to be sharing in my page. Definitely.
And I have to commend this man because I wasn't there when you had 0 views. But I was there when you had a few views. I was there. I showed up. I'm like, oh, okay, he's working. And, I always supported. And also the audience don't know, this man gave me my first guest appearance opportunity on his show. So that is how our relationship started. And I appreciate you for that. And I'm glad to be able to do this with you today.
De nada.
Yeah. Wrap it up in Spanish. Captain Figueroa, mama. So, what are you going to tell the audience? We're wrapping this up.
Well,
tell your amazing people.
It's a pleasure for me, like every Sunday, come here and, spend time in this, show, which, being really, really good for the Spanish community and the American community. I mean, you're doing a great job. And thank you for bringing, all these topics. They are so important. And for real, congratulations, because we need more people like you that do those type of shows. Definitely.
Thank you.
And my public from Relambia,
thank you
for support. Thank you for support. And I see you guys next Sunday, right?
Yes, next Sunday we'll be back. It's going to be a guest appearance, but we're not going to leave without giving DJ Jofa some love, man. DJ, talk to the people, man.
All right, no, you're doing a great job, man.
I
was watching you from DR.
You was
doing good job, man.
Very good.
Congratulations.
I hope the DR ladies was showing me love, man.
Yeah.
We'll work
you gotta
on
go
that.
over there one time, man.
We gotta work. I would love to. join there
we
one
gotta
day.
go over there together, man.
We will. You know what? We're gonna have a live episode down in DR one of these days.
Good
Stay
idea.
tuned.
Good
Relambia Can Premiere Show in Dominican Republic. Stay tuned. Mario Chatau, Captain Figueroa, DJ Jova. I'm Ken Premier. Thank you for coming, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening.